Hey, this is Amy Scott Grant. They call me the spiritual ass kicker. And I thought I would talk to you today about grounding. Now, if you've done any kind of energy work, you're probably already familiar with grounding, but maybe if you're a little bit new to this, you might have heard the term and not really understood what it meant. If you have a copy of my 2015 boom, or maybe by the time you're seeing this, it's 2016 boom or 2020 boom, I don't know. But if you already have a copy, then you know the importance of grounding. I go into a little bit of detail on it, and especially when we get to the root chakra in the book, because that one's all about grounding. But what is grounding? It's a sense of being, that's grounding, right? That's what it means to be grounded. It means that you feel connected, you feel stable, you feel secure, right? When you talk about a person who's very grounded, you're talking about someone who's, quote, down to earth, as opposed to someone who's kind of airy-fairy, head in the clouds, going in a million different directions at once. So how do you know if you need grounding? Well, some of those things I just mentioned, right? If you feel like you're running around like a chicken with its head cut off, or you have too much on your plate and you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, or if you maybe you're faced with a decision or a choice and you're feeling scattered and confused. These are all situations where it pays to ground. So how do you do it? There are a lot of different ways to ground. I will tell you, the quickest, easiest way is to go outside. When you can get outside in nature, and people will say, oh, you have to take off your shoes and put your bare feet in the earth. I mean, that doesn't hurt, I'm not going to lie. But I have personally not ever hugged a tree that I'm aware of. But I can tell you that you can ground simply by being outside in nature. You don't have to be a hippy-dippy tree hugger. You don't have to be barefoot. Patchouli is not required for this exercise. You can simply go stand outside and breathe. You've probably noticed, especially if you work in an office, you work at home all day, the air is different outside. There's more oxygen. There's trees around. I mean, depending, maybe you live in the concrete jungle, but there's air that you can breathe. Again, unless you live in the concrete jungle, in which case I'm going to show you a different way that you can ground indoors too. But by being outside in nature, and I keep looking out my window where there's beautiful trees and I can see the mountains out of my window in my home office, and everything is just, looking out my window makes me go, ah. So if you do live or work in the concrete jungle and you can't get outside, or getting outside is no better than the air inside, you could put a small plant in your workspace. You could put pictures of nature, anything that helps you to connect back with that essence of nature. Now, what if you want to stay inside and ground? And what if you're, maybe you're just not a nature fan? I don't know. Can't say I've ever met anyone like that, but let's say that you are and you want a different way to ground. You can use what's called a grounding cord, and this is so simple, okay? You can either sit up or stand up straight and tall with your back straight and your shoulders relaxed. You can open or close your eyes. It's totally up to you. Take a breath and imagine that there is a cord running from the base of your spine, that's your tailbone or your coccyx, I love saying that word, and there's a cord running from your tailbone, the base of your spine, that's where your root chakra is, all the way down to the center of the earth. Now this cord can look like anything you want. It could be big fat marine rope, it could be a chain, it could be a twig, it could be a candy cane, it could be a piece of string, it could be a monkey's tail. It doesn't matter, okay? You get to pick. That's part of the fun. And you don't have to pick the same thing every time. You can pick anything you want. So if you feel scattered, crazy, whatever, just stand up or sit up straight, feet planted, flat on the floor, nothing crossed. Relax, take a deep breath, and imagine this cord running from the base of your spine down to the center of the earth. That's it. You're grounded. It's amazing how that one little thing, or even just stepping outside to be in nature, can change your whole demeanor, the whole way that you feel and that you interact, and that it can change your attitude in that moment. But really, it changes your perspective, because you remember that you are connected, you are grounded. Now you could take a breath, you can make that decision, you can make that choice, you can get that to-do list done, you can face whatever is ahead of you now that you're grounded. I hope you liked this video. If you want more tips and tricks, why not check out my website and join me there, askamianything.com/yes, and you could sign up and get a few free gifts from me. All right, I'll see you there. Bye.